Hi, I'm Rachel Lynn, and I'm working on paying off my student loan debt and losing some weight along the way. I'm also here to give you tips, tricks, inspiration, and motivation along your debt-free and weight loss journeys. Today is Money Monday, so today is the day of the week where I tell you everything that I spent in the last week. If you are not already, please go ahead and click that red subscribe button down below so that we can inspire and motivate each other together, and then stay tuned to see what I spent my money on this last week. Like I just said, today is Money Monday, so I am telling you everything that I spent in the last week, and that includes everything that I spend on my card, my gift cards, and my cash. It does not include regular bills or anything that comes out of my account automatically. Those things are a little bit boring, and a lot of times I don't think about them because they are, for the most part, automatic. For everything that goes through my budget, you'll have to check out my budget videos, and this week I will be posting my mid-month budget update for the month of November. And for Money Mondays, you get to know more than what goes through my budgets because I don't talk about cash or gift cards because those things don't go through my budget. For the purposes of Money Monday, my week goes from Friday to Saturday of the previous week. I said that backwards. It's Saturday to Friday of the previous week because Friday to Saturday, that wouldn't make any sense. That gives me a couple of days to get it up onto YouTube for you, and then it also keeps the weekend together, which I feel like holds me more accountable. However, when you are gone and visiting friends out of town from like Thursday, Friday, over the weekend, sometimes the weekend has to be split up, and that's kind of what happened this last weekend. I went out of town last week to visit some friends, and I left on Thursday, and I didn't get back until Sunday. So Thursday and Friday, that was part of the trip, and then Saturday and Sunday was also part of the trip. So let me go ahead and get into my spending for this last week. Saturday, November 9th was, of course, part of me being gone on the trip. I had bought lots of groceries and things to have while we were there, but that was mostly snacks and maybe like breakfast, maybe-ish lunch. And we had some other friends that came in to visit, and we all went out to dinner. We went to Golden Corral, and apparently that is a very expensive place to eat. I don't really do buffets myself very often. It's not really that's not really my thing. Just kind of creeps me out that other people, like anybody, has access to the food that I'm about to put in my mouth and eat, and I'm just like, I don't like germs. So buffets are not really my thing, but this is where we went. They did have a lot of really good food. I actually was able to keep myself under control as far as eating the foods that I wanted to eat. I ate a lot of different things, but I basically ate like 1 or 2 bites of all the different things that I wanted to try. And anything that was just kind of like, okay, like I didn't try it just to try it. They'd had tacos. I never even got to try the tacos because there were too many other things that I wanted to try. So for health-wise, I think I did a pretty good job limiting myself on what it was that I ate. And I made sure to eat a really good salad with lots of spinach in it. So I did pretty well health-wise with that. Price-wise, however, I didn't really have as much control over that. I actually spent $18.90, which was really expensive, but I guess when you have the opportunity to eat an unlimited amount of food, I guess that could be a good deal depending on what you're eating, especially the fact that I did actually have some steak, and then I also had a decent salad, and I had lots of other different kinds of foods along with it. I guess I guess it's about the same as if I went out to a steakhouse and had a really nice steak dinner, but I actually got to eat lots of other things too. So I don't know if you go to buffets very often. It's not something that I do, but I thought it was really, really expensive. But I guess when you think about it, like, it's really not. On a Sunday, November 10th, I spent nothing. On Monday, November 11th, this was the first day at my new job, and I know I talked about this last week, and actually that job only lasted 3 days. It was a very difficult position for me to walk into. That, along with the fact that the commute was quite a bit of a trek, much more than I think I was anticipating. I actually only worked about 3 days. There are actually new opportunities that are hopefully coming available. I have an interview actually today, the day this goes out. I have an interview Monday, and then there is actually another opportunity which I don't really want to talk about it right now, but I'll have to wait and see what happens with that. There are more opportunities for me to have a job, but some things are just not worth the money. And so this last job, while it was really exciting that I'd be making more money, just the commute and the stress involved with the class that I was working with, it just wasn't worth it. So anyway, this was the first of 3 days that I worked. Of course, I didn't know when I was going in that it would be only 3 days, but I was really excited about starting a new job. And so I went to Starbucks and I spent $16.48. This was, all of that was on a gift card. And then I think I spent about 71 cents in change. No, I'm sorry. $15.77 was on a gift card, and then the rest was in change. I literally pulled out change, not even cash. Well, change is cash, but like not dollar bills cash. I just pulled out change from my wallet to pay like 71 cents or so for the rest of it. I got a chestnut praline latte, which is my absolute favorite latte, with a close second being the gingerbread latte, but I didn't see that on the menu, but the chestnut praline is definitely my favorite. So I got that. I also got an egg white and turkey bacon, English muffin kind of sandwich thing for breakfast. And then I got a turkey and basil pesto sandwich for lunch because I didn't have anything to take with me for lunch. It was quite expensive, and had I spent cash thinking, oh great, I'm starting a new job, I'm going to spend all this money on this, on breakfast and lunch for myself, I probably would have been a little bit upset at myself, like, oh, I spent that money and then I only worked for 3 days. But as it is, it all pretty much went on a gift card. And I don't count cash in my budget as it is, and change is even lower on the totem pole when it comes to spending money for me, because it's just change. It's not something that I count or add up very often at all. I just use it when I have it. And so the fact that I really didn't spend any money from myself on this, I'm not going to be upset about it. I think maybe I would have been a little bit more upset had it been actual cash, or had I put it on a card of mine and had it go through my budget. But as it stands, I still made 3 days of higher pay, so I'm really not going to be that much upset. Later that same day, I spent $20.13 at Meijer. This went on my card, and it was for gas for my car. I also spent some money at Culver's. I paid cash, and I have no idea how much it is, because honestly, I wasn't going to tell you that I went to Culver's. That first day was extremely stressful for me at the end of the day, and I was on my way home. By the time I was on my way home, my parents were already going out to dinner. That's how late it was. That is part of the reason why I stopped going to that school, because it is so far. I get done so late and I get home so late. And that, on top of all the stress from the day, I really just wanted to eat really, really bad food. And I was not going to tell you about it, so I didn't write it down. I think I spent somewhere between $7 and $10. It was all in cash, but I didn't write it down, so I don't know how much it is. I know that I made a good choice as far as the meal that I ate. I had a beef pot roast sandwich, which is one of the healthier sandwich items that they have. But then I also got custard, frozen custard, which is basically really rich ice cream if you've never been to Culver's. I think I got pumpkin cheesecake. I did get a small one, but I still got custard, and I didn't plan on telling you about it because I was so stressed. And the next day, I actually resisted going out because my mom made dinner, and so I did not go out. But I cannot tell you how much, because of all the stress of this school that I was at, I cannot tell you how much I just wanted to stop and get Chinese food. Like, specifically, that's what I wanted. I wanted to eat Chinese food. So I didn't, thankfully. My mom made some dinner and I didn't have to stop and buy anything. And so to just sum up the rest of the week, actually Tuesday through Friday, I didn't spend any other money that whole week. Tuesday, I think, was the hardest day for me to not spend money. But thankfully, my mom came through. Actually, I think maybe my dad made dinner. I don't know. But there was food at home, so I didn't buy anything, even though I really, 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 really wanted to. Wednesday, I knew that I wasn't going back the next day. The stress was relieved. I did kind of want to go out to eat, but then it was like, well, now I don't have a semi-full-time job anymore, so I shouldn't be spending money. It's nice to have that stress off of me and I don't have to worry about it anymore. The good news is I did still work on Friday back at the old school that I was subbing at. Pretty much the only other school that I've been subbing at. This is literally my dream school to teach at that I have been subbing at these last few months. I'm not making as much money there, but it's worth the pay cut. I can see that now for sure. It is worth it to not be paid as much because of the stress level. So there are certain things I think that are worth more money and certain things that aren't. And this is just kind of one of those things. It just wasn't worth the extra money. And that's not to say that I won't sub in any other public schools, but I'm definitely going to maybe keep it closer to where I live, because if I'm going to get done so late in the afternoon, I don't want to have to drive that far, because I was driving really, really far. I had so many days this week of a no spend day, so I am pretty proud of myself, especially the fact that I went through a lot of stress and coming home at dinner time and all the traffic and added stress on that. I am proud of myself for having more no spend days. I'm not proud of myself for the fact that I almost tried to hide something from you because I didn't want to admit to it. But, I still am, even if I don't have the exact amount, I'm still telling you what happened. The whole point of Money Monday is to tell you everything that I spend and to hold myself accountable. And if I'm not going to be truthful with you and not be truthful with myself, then how am I going to improve? And how am I going to actually hold myself accountable if I don't actually do that? So this week is kind of like a whole mixed bag of things. I will definitely keep you posted as far as any other job opportunities that are coming up, and if I actually get anything. Like I said, there are a couple of things that are still on the horizon, but there's not much to say right now. So for me, that is everything that I spent this last week. I would love to know from you, what is something that you spent money on this last week? Leave me a comment down below and let me know. Also, don't forget to like this video, as it really helps me out here on YouTube. And you can also share the video. Go follow me on Instagram at @TheRachelLynn. I've really been slacking over there posting stuff, but I'm really trying to do more over there, especially when it comes to the weight loss aspect of things. But you can follow me over there and, DM me and, just remind me that it's okay. Like, just keep trying and keep working at losing weight, keep working at saving money and getting out of debt. I'll get there. The road for both is not perfect. The road for both is hard, and that's why I talk about both on my channel. So that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.